And we welcome you to the Intuit Dome here in Inglewood, California, where we have Game 2 of the Western Conference Quarterfinals series here, part of my 2025-2026 season playthrough, featuring the 8th-seeded San Antonio Spurs and the number 1 seed Los Angeles Clippers. The Clippers took Game 1 by the final score of 103-92, and they were led by Kawhi Leonard's 38 points and 10 assists. He had a double-double in that game. As we look at the starting lineups here, we have Fox, Castle, Vassell, Johnson, and Wembanyama for the Spurs. And for the Clippers, Harden, Beal, Phillips, Leonard, and Zubats. Key matchup we see is Wembanyama and Ivica Zubats. The centermans here, we see the home court advantage is an A for the Clippers here, as we have the opening tip as controlled by the Spurs here, and very quickly we have a backcourt violation here. First turnover of the game, and the Spurs had 7 of those in Game 1. This is the final series to reach Game number 2 here. If we had commentary on, we see Kevin Harlan, Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson on the call, but I turn the commentary off, which means you get me. You see Leonard, there's a shot up, no good. I said Kawhi Leonard had 38 points in that game. Keldon Johnson had the rebound there. Stephon Castle, who was just called for the backcourt violation a second ago. He finishes over to Fox, and Fox will miss that 3 off the back iron. You see Kawhi Leonard with it crossing the half-court line. And that's stolen by Victor Wembanyama. Johnson's coming around, holding on to it. This is over to De'Aaron Fox, the former Sacramento King, who had 26 points in defeat for the Spurs. So we're over a minute into the game, no score. Wembanyama, he's going to get the layup in there, and that's good. And the Spurs will have a 2-0 lead. Wemby with 24.2 points on average this regular season. Spurs are looking to try to steal Game 1 of the series here. Harden will miss that one. There's already a team in Texas that is down 2-0. Harden will get the rebound off the miss. And they have not looked good at all. And that is the Dallas Mavericks. Meanwhile, the other part of the Texas Triangle team, the Houston Rockets, the 3 seed, as that's a 3 by Phillips. That's in there. Sorry about that, guys. I'm getting a little bit of a distraction here as we are now 2 minutes into the game. 3-2, Clippers on top. Fox holding on to it. This is back over to Castle. Castle for 3. No good. Zubats grabbing a rebound. Bradley Beal holding on to it. This is back over to James Harden. Harden. Dishing it back over to Leonard, back over to Harden. Harden from beyond the arc. That's in there. It is 6-2 as you see James Harden averaging 23 points a game in the 3 games he played against the Spurs this season. The Clippers made 14 three-pointers in game number 1, 14 of 31 shot. 39% from beyond the arc in that game as you see Beal. Leonard still has it here. 10 on the shot clock. Leonard coming around the layup. That's in there. It's an 8-0 run by the Clippers here as we're 3 minutes into the game. Wemby. He's constant around being guarded by Zubats. Wemby in the paint. He'll get the shot up. That's off the back iron. James Harden grabbing the rebound. Over to Kawhi Leonard. There's a slam dunk. I see Leonard with 22.2 points on average, but he had 38 in Game 1. As we have our first timeout called here by the Spurs. A 10-0 run by the Clippers. They're up by 8 with 8:26 to play in the first. We're going to take a timeout. Coming out of timeout here. A 10-0 run by the Clippers. As I said, they're leading by 8 right now, early here in Game 2. 8:26 left to play in the first, and no lineup changes so far after the first timeout. As you see, Keldon Johnson going to get set to inbound it. Hand it over to De'Aaron Fox. Fox over to Vassell. Wembanyama for 3. That's in there. Wembanyama averaged 23.3 points on the road in the regular season. He averaged 2.5 made three-pointers away from the Frostbank Center, which is where games 3 and 4 will take place after tonight here. Vassell coming around, and he's going to throw that one away. That's another turnover against the Spurs. As I said, the Spurs had 7 turnovers in game 1. That is 2 very early on, not even halfway through the first quarter. But both teams, I think, turned the ball over because the Clippers had 6 turnovers, and they already have 1 so far in this game. Phillips dishing it back over to Bradley Beal here. 8 on the shot clock. Kawhi Leonard. Leonard for 3. That's in there. Kawhi Leonard putting the Clippers up by 8 again. That's the 3rd three-pointer shot in this game. Or made in this game, I should say. Vassell for 3. That's in there. I know the Spurs only had 7 three-pointers, or made 7 three-pointers in game number 1. They only shot 18% from beyond the arc, but they have 2 already in this game. You see Kawhi with the layup. I said Kawhi really having a good start to this game right now. His team, and that's stolen by James Harden. Harden coming around. That's stolen by Victor Wembanyama. Johnson now has it. Dishes it over to Fox. Thought about taking a shot for a second. Gives it over to Keldon Johnson. Johnson back to Castle. Castle for 3. No good. Kawhi Leonard grabbing a rebound. Leonard dishes it back over to Beal. Holding on to it for a second. Beal over to Zubac. A little bit of a mismatch right there, but Phillips will have it for 3. No good. Zubac gets the offensive rebound and a slam dunk. The Clippers did not have any second chance points in game 1. Well, guess what? Very quickly on that Zubac offensive rebound and slam dunk, that's their first second chance points in this postseason here. Another miss by the Spurs, and the Clippers once again with the rebound. Leonard for 3. No good. Wembanyama grabbing that rebound this time. Wemby. That's in there. And there's a pass to Zubac, and Zubac with the slam dunk. Spurs shooting 4 of 11 to the Clippers 8 of 13 so far here as we're approaching 5:15 to play here in the first quarter. Game number 2 of the Western Conference Quarterfinals here from the Intuit Dome. I am Vinny from vdubproductions. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out here. 5 on the shot clock for Fox. Fox coming with the layup. That's in there. We got some players. I believe that might be Bogdanovich coming in there, and there is a timeout called by the Clippers here. 4:44 to play in the first. We're going to take a timeout here. The Clippers leading it 19-12. The lineup sets now here for the Spurs. Fox, Waters the third, Barnes, Johnson, and Wembanyama, and for the Clippers, let's see here. We have Harden, Bogdanovich, Leonard, Collins, and I believe Zubac is still in the game. So that is Bogdanovich and Zubac. Yes, he's still in the game. So that is the lineup set for both teams coming out of the timeout. Leonard with the shot. That's in there. Kawhi Leonard. He has 11 points already, and 8 of them in the paint. Kawhi a little bit halfway through his season average, and he looks like he wants to best his 38-point game 1, and there's a foul called against Zubac. Wembanyama going to go to the line for an and 1 opportunity. By the time this video comes out, we will have our Final Four in college basketball here. As we look at the scoring breakdown, 3 three-pointers already made by the Clippers, and they have 12 points in the paint. Wemby will hit the first one. Both teams only went to the line once, shooting 1 for 2 each. So the Spurs already matched their free throw total from game one. Harden for three. That's off the back iron. Lindy Waters the third. Harden has 3 points on 1 of 4 shooting, 2 rebounds. Keldon Johnson, there's a bucket right there, and the Spurs are within 4. I have to say, both 8 seeds in both in the Eastern and the Western Conference are pretty much not letting the moment get to them right now. Barnes coming around over to Johnson. Johnson, there's a bucket in there off the backboard, and guess what? It's a 2-point game. Harrison Barnes will get the assist there. Bogdanovich, who was a starter for most of the season, coming off the bench to start the playoffs. The Clippers with the best record in the NBA during the regular season for the season play through at 59-23. 4 on the shot clock here. Harden for 3. No good. Wembanyama grabbing the rebound there. Harden still 1 of 6. He's cold right now. And there's a bucket right there. And we are tied at 21. Harden dishing it back over to Leonard. 15 on the shot clock. And I was mentioning before, both 8 seeds seem like they're not letting the moment get to them in this postseason here. So the Spurs were actually in this game for a while. The Clippers didn't pull away until late in that fourth quarter. We got 10 on the shot clock here. 2:10 to play in the first. Wemby still holding on to it. 5 on the shot clock now. Wembanyama for the shot. That's off the back iron, and Zubac's grabbing the rebound here. Now we're down to the final 2 minutes to play in the first. 21 all. Got Kawhi Leonard. Leonard for 3. No good. Wembanyama grabbing the rebound here. We got Barnes. They should back over to Fox. Fox layup. That's in there, and the Spurs are back on top for the first time since 2-0. As I said, we have another timeout here late in the first quarter. 1:27 to play in the first. The Spurs leading it by 2. We're going to take a timeout. Lineup set coming out of the timeout here. So we see Castle, Waters, Barnes, Sohan, and I didn't get a chance to see that. Oh, Cornette. And then let's see for the Clippers, Dunn, Beal, Bogdanovich, and that went by a little too fast for me. Chris Dunn with it. Bradley Beal coming around over to Lopez. Brook Lopez for 3. That's off the back iron. Lindy Waters the third with the rebound. Over to Harrison Barnes. Barnes back to Castle. Castle with the shot up. That's no good. Lopez grabbing the rebound there. Chris Dunn has it under a minute to play here in the first. 23-21, Spurs on top. Collins for 3. That's in there, and the Clippers are back on top. Castle crossing the half-court line. They should back over to Lindy Waters the third. Jeremy Sohan with it. Sohan fighting his way through. He gets a layup opportunity. No good. That's off the back iron. Lopez has a rebound. Chris Dunn now has it crossing the half-court line. They shoot it over to Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich for 3. That's in there. Back-to-back threes for the Clippers. And the Clippers are on top by 4 here. Shot clock turned off here. Under 13 to play in the first. They're holding on for the last shot. Well, they have to because the Clippers will inbound it. Sohan for 3. No good, and that will do it. We are at the end of the first quarter in this highly contested first quarter. We have the Clippers on top, 27-23. Back to Inglewood after these messages. Back here to start the second quarter, game 2 of the Western Conference Quarterfinals, as we had Lopez inbounding it to Bradley Beal, and I believe Bogdanovich still out on the court. Beal, no good. So we got Lindy Waters the third, Cornette, Sohan, I believe that's Castle, and Harrison Barnes. I believe that is the lineup set here, as Jeremy Sohan will the slam dunk. But as I said, we have Beal, Collins. I believe that is Kawhi on the court, as well as Brooke Lopez. Oh no, that's not Kawhi. It's kind of hard when we don't get like immediate lineup sets here, but no, I believe that's Chris Dunn on the court. We'll see how it is here. So we're a minute into the second quarter here, 29-25. No, that is Bradley Beal on the court, and there it's a shot up. That's no good, and that is Chris Dunn. Yes. So it is Dunn, Bogdanovich, Brooke Lopez, Bradley Beal, Collins. Initiated back over to Lopez here. 10 on the shot clock. Bogdanovich for three. That's in there. Bogdanovich had a three-pointer before the end of the first quarter. Now he has one at the very early stages of the second quarter, and it's a 5-point lead for the Clippers again. Waters coming around. Waters with a bucket. So we're approaching 2 minutes into the second quarter here, as we have scorers table here. I believe that might be Devin Vassell trying to come back into the game for the Spurs, and I need to figure out who that is for the Clippers at the scorers table. Bradley Beal will miss that one, and Sohan will grab the rebound. And there, Castle for three, no good. And Cornette is down. Oh boy, Cornette is down on the court right now. Lopez for three, that's in there, and we will have a timeout. We look at Luke Cornette right now. We're going to take one as well with the Clippers on top by 6, 9:27 to play in the second. Oh, we didn't really have a timeout here. McLaughlin now coming into the game, I know that. But wow, Cornette just took a big fall and he's hurting right now. So we'll see how the status goes and see if 2K actually will actually not override that injury. Castle coming around. That's a layup in there, and Stephon Castle has 4 points tonight. He's ice cold, 2 of 8, but he brings the Spurs within 4 with that bucket here. Bogdanovich crossing the half-court line. Bogdanovich for three, no good. Castle grabbing the rebound here. 8.5 to play until halftime. Barnes, that's rejected by Collins, and Collins will control it. Beal with it. Back over to Dunn. Over to Bogdanovich from three. No good. Sohan grabbing a rebound, or Sohan. I always keep not sure how it is. Vassell coming around. He's rejected by Brooke Lopez. Bogdanovich controlling it. Now it's Beal with it. Beal dishing it back to Brooke Lopez. Over to Collins. Done with it again. 10 on the shot clock. 4 on the shot clock. Dunn coming around for three. No good. Barnes grabbing a rebound. The Spurs only have 16 rebounds. They averaging 47.5 during the regular season. Castle coming around with the layup. That's in there. Spurs shooting 50%. They only shot 46% in game one. The Clippers 45%. They shot 51% in game one. 2-point lead right now for the Clip. Collins coming around. Collins with the bucket, that's in there, and it's a 4-point lead again for the Clippers. They led by as many as 8. McLaughlin with it. She's back over to Sohan. Over to Castle. Castle, no good. Lopez grabbing a rebound. Bogdanovich for three. No good. That's off the back iron. Barnes will get the rebound. Bogdanovich, 6 points, 3 rebounds on 2 of 6 shooting, and there's another turnover against the Spurs. I believe that's 3 or 4 already, and we have some substitutions. De'Aaron Fox coming back into the game for McLaughlin. And for the Clippers, what's their lineup set here? Harden checks back into the game. Phillips also checks back into the game. For some reason, Phillips getting the start so far in the first couple of games of this postseason here, as Barnes will get the rebound off the miss. Over to Castle. Castle back to Barnes. Barnes with the layup, no good. Collins grabbing the rebound here with Bradley Beal now having it. Going around, Bradley Beal. He's going to go to the line for an and-one opportunity as Stephon Castle will call for his first personal foul. Wembanyama coming back into the game. Castle heading to the bench here. And for the Clippers, let's see. Kawhi Leonard re-checking back into the game now. Beal will hit the free throw. Halfway through the second quarter here, 40-33. Clippers on top. Game 2 of the Western Conference Quarterfinals here from the Intuit Dome. Fox will drain the three there. I am Vinny from vdubproductions. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do drop. And you see Beal for three, no good. Sohan with the rebound. And if you want to support this channel financially, you're inclined to and able to, there is a link to my Cash App in the description down below. As you see, De'Aaron Fox is going to go to the line shooting 2 as Brook Lopez called for his first personal foul, first team foul. I see Fox getting ready to shoot 2. But as I said, though, it is not mandatory for you to donate financially to enjoy my content. Just watching and subscribing helps this channel out a lot more than donating financially, but I do appreciate any donations here. As you see, De'Aaron Fox will sink the first one here. Collins coming back into the game for Bradley Beal. And Fox will sink them both. It's a 2-point game. But I mentioned earlier that if you've been watching this season playthrough religiously, that you watch the playoffs so far in the first 2 games. Leonard for 3, no good. Wembanyama will get the rebound there. It seems like for the 8 seeds, they had to play the 2 playing games, both of them. Fox for 3, no, they said he is a 2. So the game is tied at 40. But as I mentioned, though, both teams had to play both playing games 2 different ways, though. The Spurs were the 9 seed. Well, you see right there, sprained right elbow. He is day-to-day for Cornette. That's Sohan. It is Sohan. And it is 42-40 Spurs on top now. Timeout, Clippers. 4:22 to play in the second. We're going to take a timeout as well. Spurs leading it by 2. So we will have no lineup set changes coming out of the timeout here. But as I mentioned before, the timeout for the 8 seeds doesn't seem like the moment is too big for them. Both of them had to play the 2 playing games. A little bit different where the Spurs were the 9 seed, so they had to win 2 games. But the Pistons were the 7 spot. Had to play 2 home playing games, so they lost the first one to the Cavaliers. Or no, to the Heat, actually. And then they had to beat the Raptors to get that 8 seed, but both teams lost game 1 of their respective series here. But that was a close game here. You see the Spurs out-rebounding the Clippers 22-17. Harrison Barnes got the assist on that bucket there, and it's a 4-point lead for the Spurs. But as I said, the Spurs were in this game until the 4th quarter. Clippers did not pull away until late in that 4th quarter. You see Kawhi Leonard. And that is no good. Harrison Barnes getting the rebound there. The Spurs led by as many as 6, actually. And then you had the Pistons losing game 1 only by 5. But really, they didn't let that game get away at all. I mean, they almost made a comeback when they were down by as many as 11 in Game 1 in that series against the Knicks. But they did cut it to within, I think, 2 or 3. Just never could tie it or take the lead. They did have a brief lead once in that game, in Game 1. I see Fox for 3, and it's a 7-point lead. That's 16 points for De'Aaron Fox. But you saw the Pistons come out and take Game 2 of that series against the Knicks. And right now, the Spurs, you see, playing very well. I see Leonard for 3. That's in there. So the Spurs are trying to pull off a Pistons right now and trying to leave LA with a split. Sohan with it over to Vassell. 10 on the shot clock. Fox for 3 again. No good. Brook Lopez grabbing a rebound. So we got James Harden. Harden for a deep 3. No good. Vassell grabbing a rebound here under 2 minutes to play here in the second. 47-43, Spurs on top. Sohan back over to Fox. Fox for 3. That's in there. That's 19 for De'Aaron Fox. And the Spurs match their largest lead at 7 with a 7-point lead. 50-43 here. So we got 90 seconds until halftime. 15 on the shot clock. Kawhi Leonard for 3. No good. Sohan grabbing the rebound. Sohan back to De'Aaron Fox. Got some players for both teams at the scores table. Fox coming around with a slam dunk. It's a 21-point performance so far in the first half. Fox shooting 67%. Under a minute to play until halftime. The Spurs are up by 9. Leonard coming around. There's a layup. Kawhi Leonard has 16 points. 7-point lead for the Spurs here. 49-6 left to play until halftime. Barnes. 14 on the shot clock for the Spurs. Vassell, jumper, that's in there. He uses the backboard, but he gets in there. The Spurs are now on a 21-5 run in the last minute and 12 and counting. Harden for 3, no good. See De'Aaron Fox holding on to it here with the shot clock turned off. Leonard will get the rebound here. 10 seconds to play until halftime. 9-point lead for the Spurs. Harden back over to there's Collins for 3. No good. Fox will get the rebound. And I don't think he got that off in time anyway. But it has been a really dominant second quarter. The Spurs, the 8th seed in the Western Conference, leading the Clippers 54-45 as we head to halftime here in Game 2 of this Western Conference Quarterfinals series. I am Vinny from VDub Productions, and we are going to bring it to halftime. We will see you guys in the second half. Getting ready to start the second half here at the Intuit Dome in Inglewood. Game 2 of the Western Conference Quarterfinals series, where the Clippers leading the series 1-0. But here we are, led by 21 points by De'Aaron Fox. The Spurs are up by 9 right now at halftime. Kawhi Leonard, 16 points, leading the Clippers right now. As we have Zubac inbounding it to Leonard here. So it is Harden, Beal, Phillips, Leonard, and Zubac out on the court. That's the lineup set for the Clippers. And for the Spurs, it is Fox, Castle, Vassell, Johnson, and Wembanyama. And bucket is made. I believe that is Kawhi that made the bucket there. So the starting 5 are out there to start the third quarter. 7-point lead for the Spurs here. As I said, Fox with it. 21 points in that first quarter. He had 26 in game 1. Wembanyama with the slam dunk. That's 13 assists so far in this game. They averaged 26.1 here, and they had 30 assists actually in game number 1. Beal over to Leonard. Leonard for 3. No good. Victor Wembanyama grabbing a rebound. Devin Vassell dishing it back over to Fox. Fox back to Castle. Castle for 3. No good. Johnson will get the offensive rebound. Castle for 3. No good again. And Zubac grabbing the rebound. Over a minute into the third quarter. 9-point lead for the Spurs. Back over to Zubac. Zubac back to Leonard. Leonard for 3. That's in there. It's a 6-point lead. $16 in the first half. Now I believe he has 21 because I think he scored the first. He scored 5 so far. Wembanyama with a slam dunk. We look at the Spurs shooting 53% to 40% for the Clippers. The Clippers shot 51% in game 1. And you see Kawhi Leonard, or no, that's James Harden with the slam dunk there. The lead down to 6. And there, Fox for 3. No good. Bradley Beal grabbing a rebound. It's over to Leonard. Leonard with a slam dunk. And suddenly it's a 4-point game now. Kawhi Leonard now has 23. Wembanyama with the bucket. This time he uses the backboard. And he puts the Spurs up by 6 again here. 2.5 into the third quarter. 60-54. The Spurs on top here in game 2 of the Western Conference Quarterfinals. Bradley Beal for 3. That's off the back iron. De'Aaron Fox getting the rebound there. Dish it over to Keldon. No, that's Stephon Castle. Castle only has 8 points on 4-13 shooting. He is minus 16 out on the court. But the Spurs up by 8 right now. Phillips. There's Zubac back over to Leonard now has it. And on the shot clock, Leonard. That shot is in there. Kawhi Leonard starting to heat up here in this third quarter. 25 points, 9 of them so far in this early part of the third quarter. But the Clippers still trail by 6. Fox coming around. That's in there. De'Aaron Fox. He had 21 points in that first half. I believe that might be his first points of the second half. Leonard holding on to it right now. 10 on the shot clock. Kawhi for 3. No good. Victor Wembanyama grabbing the rebound. Vassell with it. Spurs out rebounding the Clippers. 32-22. That's a miss right there. Leonard grabbing the rebound. 20 on the shot clock right now. Oh, that's a terrible layup attempt there as Vassell will grab the steal right there. Stephon Castle back over to Vassell, over to Johnson, dishing it over to Wembanyama. Back to Castle. Castle for 3. No good. But Wembanyama with the offensive rebound in the put in. And it's a 10-point lead for the Spurs. I believe that's their largest of the game. Timeout, Clippers. We're going to take one as well. 7:31 to play in the third. The Spurs on top by 10. Coming out of timeout here, 66-56. It was a 9-point lead to start the second half, but the Clippers had it to within 4, but it's been an 8-2 run, and that puts the Spurs on top by double figures here. Phillips getting ready to inbound it over to Zubac. Under 7.5 to play now in the third. 66-56. Bradley Beal being guarded by Castle. Beal will get the shot up. That's in there. Wembanyama will inbound it to Fox as Fox will cross the half-court line. Over to Wemby. Over to Johnson. Keldon Johnson for three. That's in there. Spurs on top by 11 now. So we're 5 minutes into the third quarter. This game coming to you from the Intuit Dome in Inglewood, California. As Phillips for three. No good. Castle will grab the rebound. Spurs out rebounding the Clippers 34-23 right now. And there's a shot by Castle. No good. Zubats grabbing a rebound. Phillips. Dish it over to Beal. Beal for three. No good. Castle grabbing a rebound. Bradley Beal only has 5 points on 2 of 8 shooting, 3 assists. Castle for three. No good. Zubats with the rebound. And there's a three-point attempt. No good. Johnson grabbing a rebound here as we're approaching the halfway point of the third quarter. Vassell over to Wembanyama, and Wembanyama's going to go to the line shooting two. Zubats, that's his second personal foul. That is the first team foul called against the Clippers here in the third quarter. Clippers up by 11 already here as we're past the halfway point of the third quarter. Look at the scoring breakdown. 44 points in the paint for the Spurs. They had 64 in game one, and he got 40 points off of an assist. Wembanyama will make the first one here as Harrison Barnes coming into the game. Devin Vassell going to take a seat. And for the clip joint, we have Leonard moving to small forward. John Collins coming back into the game at power forward. Wemby makes them both. So Phillips will take a seat. 13-point lead for the Spurs. Harden back over to Beal. Beal for three. No good. Johnson grabbing the rebound. Johnson over to Castle. Castle for three. No good. Collins will get the rebound here. Was that Collins? Get confused sometimes here. 5.5 to play in the third. 71-58. Spurs on top. Zubats. Dish over to Leonard. Leonard for three. No good. Zubats will get the offensive rebound in to put in. 71-60 right now. Castle. Dish it over to Wembanyama. Five on the shot clock here. You hear the defense chants. Wembanyama, that's off the front rim, and that will be a rebound by the Clips. Over to Harden. Back over to Collins to Harden. 10 on the shot clock. Bradley Beal. 7 on the shot clock. Beal coming around. Over to Harden. Harden for three. No good off the back iron. Johnson with the rebound. Over to De'Aaron Fox. Shoot over to Barnes. Barnes back to Castle. Castle over to Wembanyama. Wembanyama for three. The center can shoot the three. 16-6 run in the last 7.5 minutes. It's a 14-point lead, the largest margin of lead by the Spurs here. Leonard shooting for three. No good. Johnson grabbing a rebound. 3:40 to play in the third. Barnes for three. No good, but Wembanyama with the slam dunk off the offensive rebound. He has 25 points of his own. 16-point lead for the Spurs. Under 3.5 to play. Harden for play in the third, I should say, and Wembanyama just crashing the boards here. You see Harrison Barnes for three. No good. Collins will get the rebound. You see Harden with it here. Wembanyama had 34 points and 12 rebounds in game one. Looks like he's on his way to another double-double. He definitely could surpass that point total. Fox back over to Wembanyama, 10 on the shot clock. Under 3 to play here in the third. Game 2 of the Western Conference Quarterfinals here. Fox will miss that one. Coming to you from the Intuit Dome in Inglewood, California. I'm Vinny from vdubproductions. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out, as Bradley Beal will hit the 3. He's bringing the Clippers to within 13. Jeremy Sohan and Lindy Waters, I know, are waiting to get checked back into the game. I believe Brooke Lopez is one of the players looking to check back into the game. Castle coming around. The lead up to 15 again. Look at the Spurs shooting 33 of 65 compared to the Clippers 26 of 67. 2 minutes to play here in the third. Kawhi Leonard. He's going to go to the line shooting 2 as Harrison Barnes called for his first personal foul, first team foul called against the Spurs. A minute and 54 to play in the third. Leonard going to go to the line shooting 2. After this game, all series will have completed their first 2 games, which means the series will shift to different cities. Next game coming out, we're back in the Eastern Conference where the Orlando Magic taking on the Chicago Bulls, as Leonard will make the first one. We look at substitutions. Look at the lineup set for the Spurs here. We have Castle, Waters, Bryant, Barnes, and Sohan. And for the clip joint, we have Dunn, Beal, Leonard, Collins, and Lopez for the last minute 54 in the third. Leonard did make the first one. He'll sink the second one. Sohan will inbound it to Bryant. Bryant, I think, is checking in for the first time in this game. Luke Cornett, though, hurt in that first quarter. Waters for 3. That's in there. It's a 16-point lead, matching their largest margin of lead. 81-65 right now. 90 seconds to play in the third. The Spurs right now are looking poised to go back to San Antonio with the split, as Brooke Lopez with a bucket coming off the bench. 81-67. But as I said, though, next video coming out, we'll be back in the Eastern Conference, as you see Castle will miss that one, but it'll be an offensive rebound by the Spurs. Castle with it again. 5 on the shot clock. 4 on the shot clock. 3, 2. There's a shot. No good. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. Leonard with it. And that's coming around. No good. Bryant will grab the rebound. Barnes with the layup. That's in there. Harrison Barnes. He has 16 points. Or a 16-point lead, I should say. Beal back over to Collins. Collins will get the shot up. That's in there. 19 and a half to play in the third. Shot clock turned off. Castle holding on to it right now. They can hold on for the last shot. They will inbound at the start of the fourth quarter. 3, 2, 1. Castle for 3. No good, and that will do it. The Spurs having a big third quarter there. They now lead it by 14 as we head to the fourth quarter. We'll be back here in Inglewood right after this messages. I am Vinny from VDub Productions. We start off with the State Farm assist of the game, and who is that? That goes to De'Aaron Fox. You see that slam dunk by Victor Wembanyama. Fox had the assist on that one. Vassell will inbound it to De'Aaron Fox. So it is Vassell, Fox, Lindy Waters, Harrison Barnes, and who else is out there? And that's Sohan. just as we saw that there, and there's a bucket by De'Aaron Fox right there. Let's see, Brook Lopez, I know that's James Harden Bogdanovich. I believe that's John Collins out there, and look at Bogdanovich with the buck slam dunk there. And that's Phillips, so that is the lineup set for both teams to start the fourth quarter here. Since like the halfway point of the second quarter, the Spurs have taken over in this game. De'Aaron Fox coming around with the layup. That's in there. That's 27 points for De'Aaron Fox. He had 26 in all game one. So he surpasses his total for his game one total. Collins with it. Should back over to Brook Lopez. 5 on the shot clock. Or 5 on the shot clock. Over to Harden. Harden for 3. No good. Harrison Barnes with the rebound. Jeremy Sohan with it. Should back over to Barnes. 15 on the shot clock. Back over to De'Aaron Fox. Fox coming around. Back to Barnes. Barnes with the layup. That is no good. Collins grabbing the rebound. See Bogdanovich back over to Collins, over to Harden. 9 on the shot clock. So 2 minutes into the fourth quarter, Harden coming around, dishing it over. Collins for 3, no good. Barnes grabbing a rebound. Devin Vassell over to De'Aaron Fox. Looks like they just want to play keep away right now, up by 16. Fox is going to go to the line, shooting 2. That is Harden's first personal foul, first team foul. But as I mentioned, though, this is the last series to go to complete their game 2. As I mentioned, the series will be shifting to different cities, starting off with the next game. We head back to the Eastern Conference for game 3 of the Chicago Bulls and the Orlando Magic. Orlando took both games in Chicago, so they're at home up 2-0. Yeah, as I said, they're up 2-0. The only team to take 2 games on the road out of any of the series that AC Fox will hit them both. Spurs are 3 of 3. The Clippers are 1 of 1. I really think they had more free throw shooting, I think, than that. Bogdanovich for 3. No good. Barnes grabbing the rebound. Spurs up by 18. There's a shot by Lindy Waters. Make that a 20-point lead. Harrison Barnes with the assist. So next game will be Orlando and Chicago. Game 3 from Orlando. The East Coast land of the Evil Mouse. As you see, Bogdanovich will get the 2 points there, cutting the deficit to 18. Zubats, I think, is trying to check back into the game again. That shot is up, no good. Harden grabbing the rebound. Harden passing it over to Phillips. Back over to James Harden. We got 8.5 to play. Bogdanovich for 3. That's in there! Bogdan Bogdanovich cutting the deficit to 15. Sohan. Back over to De'Aaron Fox. Fox, that shot is up. No good. Lopez grabbing a rebound. And there, Phillips with it. Phillips dishing it over to Collins, over to Harden. Over to Lopez. Back to Collins. Collins for 3. That's in there! And it's a 12-point game. Quick 8-0 run. And we have a timeout called by the Spurs. 7:43 to play in the fourth. The Spurs up by 12. We're going to take a timeout. We're looking at the Spurs lineup set here. Let's see here. We have Castle, Vassell, Johnson, Sohan, and Wembanyama. And for the Clippers, we have Dunn, Beal, Phillips. And that went by a little too fast. I believe Zubats is also back in the lineup. Yep, he's out on the court. See Castle. Coming around, Castle. No good. Chris Dunn will grab the rebound. Chance to cut this to within single digits again if they can. Leonard for three. That is no good. Vassell grabbing the rebound. Vassell giving it over to Wembanyama. Wembanyama with the layup. That's in there. It's a 14-point lead for the Spurs again. They led by as many as 20. That ends that little 8-0 run before the timeout. Zubats over to Chris Dunn. Over Beal for three. That's in there. Clippers within 11 with under 7 to play here in the fourth. Vassell across to the half-court line after taking the inbound by Sohan. Keldon Johnson. Over to Castle. Castle for three. No good. Phillips will get the rebound. Chance to cut this game to single digits. Holding on to it right now. 8 on the shot clock. Over to Zubats. Zubats will get the shot up. He's going to go to the line, shooting two as Wembanyama called for the foul. See how Zubats does at the line. And he'll miss the first one here as Phillips is going to go to the bench for the Clippers. I know that. Let's see. Lindy Waters moves it back onto the court. And let's see here for the Clippers. As I said, Phillips is going to the bench. We got Bogdanovich, Beal, Leonard, Collins, and Zubats. That is the lineup set right there. Zubats will miss them both. Failed opportunity there. You got to hit those free throws if you want to get back into the game. Lindy Waters back to Sohan. Sohan gets a little bit of space, and he'll get the layup in there. Spurs shooting right at 50%, 40 of 80 compared to 33 of 79 for the clip joint. Under 6 to play in this game. Leonard for three. That's in there. Kawhi Leonard bringing the Clippers to within 10. James Harden checking back into the game now as he's heading to the scores table for the Clippers. 5.5 to play here. Game 2. Castle for three. No good. Zubats will get the rebound. A chance to get the Clippers to once again to within single digits. They have not been able to do that so far in this fourth quarter. Kawhi Leonard shoots for three. That's in there. Clippers within 7. 5:05 to play here in the fourth. It was a 20-point lead. It's a 17-4 run by the Clippers. Wembanyama, 8 on the shot clock. Trying to hold on to it. 5 on the shot clock. I don't know what's going on with 2K. He will get the shot up. That's no good. Leonard will get the rebound. Chance to get closer. Bogdanovich to Leonard. Leonard for three. That's in there. It's a 4-point game now with under 4.5 to play. Things are getting interesting here in Inglewood. Castle crossing the half-court line. Sohan. Sohan for three. That will fall in, and it's a big three needed by the Spurs. The lead back up to 7. Under 4 to play here in the fourth. We got Bradley Beal. He's holding on to it right now. 10 on the shot clock to Kawhi Leonard. Leonard coming around the layup attempt. That's in there. The Clippers within 5 again. You see the Clipper bench is pumped up here. Sohan will inbound it. See Keldon Johnson with it. 15 on the shot clock. Waters for three. No good. Collins will grab the rebound. A chance to get closer. Beal with it. To shoot it over to Collins. Collins back over to Beal now. Beal coming around. Gives a shot up. I think he should have taken the shot. 7 on the shot clock. Bogdanovich, 2-point. That's in there. It's a 3-point game. Timeout Spurs. 3 minutes to play. We're going to take a timeout. 98-95 Spurs on top. We're looking at the lineup set for the Spurs coming out of the timeout here. We got Fox, Castle, Vassell, Johnson, and Wembanyama. So that's the starting five there. And for the clip joint, let's see here. Harden, Beal, Phillips, Leonard, and Zubac. So their starting five are out there as well. Final 180 seconds to play here in Intuit Dome. It is a 24-7 run. Spurs were up by as many as 20. Vassell for three, no good. Chance to get to within one or tie the game here on this trip. Phillips for three. That's going to fall in, and we are tied at 98. 2:35 to play in the fourth. Oh, man. Hold on to your hats, everyone. We have ourselves a fun game. The Spurs looked poised for a while. Castle will miss that one. I said the Spurs looked poised for a while. It looked like they were going to come back tied at one, but not yet. The Clippers have a lot to say. Leonard, and he'll put the Clippers on top by two. 198. It is a 29-7 run. Wemby with a jumper. That's in there, and we are tied at 100. Victor Wembanyama with 29 points. And he ties the game up, but you see Leonard with the two-point shot, and the Clippers are on top again. 1:40 to play here in the fourth. Spurs, De'Aaron Fox coming around, and we are tied at 102. At Kawhi Leonard. Leonard coming around. Leonard with the shot off the backboard, and the Clippers are on top by one again. He has 44 points. He had 38 in game one and now 44 in game two. Fox coming around. He ties the game. A little bit of back and forth action. This is what I like about playoff basketball. Whether it's in the NBA or the NCAA tournament. Love it when we see these games go back and forth. 1 minute to play in the fourth. Kawhi Leonard coming around with a slam dunk. Oh, man. 58.2 to play. 2-point lead for the Clips. Fox holding on to it right now. They only have one timeout left. Fox coming around. He's going to go to the line, shooting two. As Harden called for his second personal foul, first team foul. Or no, second team foul, I think, called against the Clippers in this quarter here. As I said, the 8 seeds in this NBA playoff so far in my season playthrough, this doesn't look like the moment is not too big for them. As you see, Fox will miss the first one. Very critical free throw. He needed to make that one. Oh, man. Fox will sink the second one. 45 seconds to play here in the fourth. A 1-point lead for the Clippers. They're down by as many as 20. Harden's going to come around with the bucket. It's a 3-point lead for the Clippers. Will they call timeout? They don't have to shoot a three yet. Fox does shoot the three. No good, and Phillips will get the rebound. I'm surprised they're not going to foul you just yet. What are the Spurs thinking? They're not fouling. I know you have a timeout left, but you're letting the time waste down. Wow. If this is a Jaguar Gator 9 and this was an NFL football game, as you see, Beal for three. And now the Spurs will call a timeout with 5.2. Why did they not foul there? Welcome to Dumb Decisions, Spurs coaching staff. Coming out of the timeout here, 111 to 105. One would want to question why the Spurs did not foul and try to extend the game. They used that last timeout. Keldon Johnson. Wembanyama for three. No good. And that's going to do it. And the Spurs were down 20 points, or the Clippers were down 20 points. And they come back and defeat the Spurs 111 to 105. The Clippers will take a 2-0 series lead. heading back to San Antonio. Once again, one will question why the Spurs did not foul to try to extend the game. I mean, yes, you could say 2K logic, but at the same time, you would think that the AI would know that, yes, in real life, they foul. See, I believe that's Kawhi Leonard getting interviewed. Stay tuned, everybody. We have the post-game player statistics coming up. It's time to look at the post-game player statistics. We start off with the home team and the victorious Los Angeles Clippers. Kawhi Leonard, 46 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. We got Bogdan Bogdanovic from off the bench, 15 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Bradley Beal, 14 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, 7 assists. We got John Collins with 10 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist and a block. James Harden with 7 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists and a block. Or no, in a steal, I should say. Brook Lopez, 7 rebounds, 5 rebounds, 1 assist and a block. Julian Phillips at 6 points, 2 rebounds. Ivica Zubac, 6 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists. Followed by Chris Dunn with only 1 rebound and 3 assists. Derek Jones Jr., Javon Carter, Kobe Brown, Yannick Niederhauser, and Cam Christie did not play for the Los Angeles Clippers. And now for the San Antonio Spurs. They were led by De'Aaron Fox with 34 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists. Victor Wembanyama, another double-double performance, 29 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals. Stephon Castle, only the third player and only 3 players in double figures. Stephon Castle with 10 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Keldon Johnson, 9 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. Jeremy Sohan, 9.6 rebounds, 2 assists. Then we got Lindy Waters III, 7.6 rebounds, 2 assists. Followed by Devin Vassell, 5 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Harrison Barnes with 2 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Luke Cornett only played 4 minutes, but he got hurt. I believe it's an elbow strain. We're going to find out the extent of these injuries in this video, as I like to go through all the... as I have all the as we go through the first 2 games, as the series shifts, I will go through the injury reports. As I said, Cornett hurt himself. Carter Bryant had 1 rebound, 1 assist in 2 minutes of play. Jordan McLaughlin had 3 minutes of play, no stats. And then Julian Champagnie, the only player from the Spurs who did not play in Game 2. And that will be it for your post-game player statistics. All right, time to look at the injury reports. As I said, we usually look at the injury reports after the first 2 games as the series shifts. Orlando Magic fully healthy. The Mavericks, again, without P.J. Washington or Cooper Flagg, as Najee Marshall is day-to-day. We're going to skip. Denver Nuggets are fully healthy. The Pacers, of course, are without Halliburton and Siakam, who should be out 4 to 6 weeks with a strained right hip, but he only has a hurt icon, which means 2K will definitely override that injury here. For the Pistons, they're still without Karis LeVert with Marcus Sasser on the hurt designation. We don't have to worry about the Raptors. The Rockets are still without Van Vliet, but Jabari Smith Jr. is now recovering, so he'll probably be playing in Game 3. So he'll definitely play Game 3 of that series. Let's look over here now. So Dylan Harper's out for the season. Luke Cornett is day-to-day, but he'll be out. As Kelly Olynyk, I don't think he played in that game, but I know he was hurt, so I don't even think he was eligible to play. Let's see. For the Thunder, Aaron Wiggins out 4 to 6 weeks. He is out. Timberwolves are fully healthy. The Warriors are done, and so are the Wizards. Let's see here. The Milwaukee Bucks are without Amir Coffey. He's out. Gary Trent Jr. still has that hurt designation. He should probably be playing. He'll probably play in that series. Josh Giddey hurt, strained left hip, 4 to 6 weeks. We'll see if he'll be in the lineup for Game 3. Clippers are fully healthy. Hawks are fully healthy. The Heat, of course, we have Rozier with his suspension. Bam Adebayo should be out 4 to 6 weeks, but he, of course, has that injury designate, the hurt designation, which means 2K likes to override it. Same with Jovic. And then Tyler Hero still out 1 to 2 weeks. Let's see here. Knicks are still without OG Anunoby. He is day-to-day, though. So we'll see. He possibly could come back in this series. Austin Reeves still out with 2 to 4 weeks with that fracture. And that is it for your injury report that we went through for the NBA playoffs. And that will do it here. As I said, the next game will be back in the Eastern Conference as the series will shift cities now. Starting off with this Eastern Conference Quarterfinal Series Game 3, where the Orlando Magic will host the Chicago Bulls in the 6 versus 3 matchup. The Magic, the only team that is up 2-0 in a series that won both of their games on the road. They took both games in Chicago, winning by double figures each game, especially Game 2, where they just ran away from the opening tip. That series is back to the Kia form now for Game 3 in Orlando, with a chance to put a stranglehold against the Chicago Bulls. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you are new to this channel, and hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out. And in the link in the description down below, there is a link to my Cash App, as well as you can find where you can follow me on X and Instagram. Remember, you do not have to donate to my Cash App in order to enjoy my content. Just liking this video, watching this video, and subscribing to my channel will help this channel out a lot. And with that, I want to remind everybody the final score of the game. The Clippers come back from 20 down. They outscore the Spurs 40-14 to defeat the Spurs 40-14 in the final minutes of the game to defeat the Spurs 111-105. The Clippers take a 2-0 lead going back to San Antonio. And with that, I am Vinny from VDUB Productions, and I am signing off.